Okay guys, I forgot to shoot an intro on this video. Well, actually I didn't forget to shoot an intro. I made a video and it was like 2.5 hours long, so I'm cutting it in half. Part of the way out that you guys have already seen, and then this video is the second half of it. Bunch of modifications to machines, some welding, manufacturing, I guess what you want to call it, designing and whatnot, trying to get this stuff all to run smoother. So let's just jump right into the video. Okay guys, I got the welder out here. I'm gonna reach up in here and I'm gonna weld this block back in on this thing, and then I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna work on that. So let me get this thing unwound. That's the one thing about a TIG welder. It's kind of a pain in the butt because all the crap you got. I need to get me a MIG welder eventually. Make my life a lot easier, but I can TIG weld stuff a lot better than I can MIG. I can MIG too, but I like TIG welding stuff because it's just cleaner. Let's get a little bit more ground out here. Got a little tangle up. Of course, we'll probably have to undo all this anyway. To get over to that other machine, because I'm just about at the end of my cord here. But for now, that'll work. I've cut this piece already, and I'm gonna weld it right up in here like this. Now, I may have to cut a notch in my blades that I use, wherever they went. But I really don't use them that much anymore. So I'm just gonna get this up in there to where it pinches these motors so I can pull them out easier. But it's gonna get tacked up in there. I'll see if I can leave you guys right there where you can kind of see what I'm doing. What I do with my little piece. How much gas do I got? I got plenty. I got that attack the first time. I really cannot see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I figured. Now let me get a clamp on that. Let's take these. See if I can clamp up in there. It'll be hot. weld it. Let's move over here to this other machine. Get you guys over here. Looking down on that. Can you see everything I'm doing? About right there. Okay guys, what I'm going to do here is tack this one back on, and then I'm going to put some weld on the bottom of it. Let me unplug this thing before I pump a bunch of electric into it. Go to some bigger wire. This wire I got is pretty small for smaller stuff. We're gonna have to do some big filler welds underneath. Yeah, we're going to have to step up to the bigger wire. I don't know if I can get in there and weld that bottom or not. I'm going to have to try though. Maybe if I get it like that on every side, it'll hold. Yeah, I think so. I ain't got a hold. Ain't pretty by any means. Should got them all, guys. They shouldn't break off there now. Let me get this welder shut down. Alright guys, I had a little problem here the other day under here. It wasn't closing real fast. Well, this is why. This hose This hose right here was bad. It was kinked off. So I found another piece of hose just now. And we're gonna get it changed. Not the easiest place to get to, but we'll get it. I need a little short wrench is what I need. I think that's got it there. The other end of it goes right up here. It goes right here. Get it on there without kinking it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can't see it, so I'm going all by feel here. Need to take this twist out of it. I cut it off an old compressor that I had over there. Might have cut it a little bit too short. Well, we'll see if it leaks. Keep an eye on it, guys. Here we go. Works pretty good. Alright guys, I'll be back when I'm getting ready to cut some motors. I'm gonna change this hose where I can get this pedal up here where I'm wanting to have it. I've wanted to have it up there for a long time, but I haven't had the hose to do it. But now that I got it, we're gonna change it. I'll get back with you when I have it changed. Just takes a minute. Guys, I had to do some modifying. It was irritating me. I cut this guard off. Yeah, I know. I cut a guard off. But now I can get to it a lot easier. And I don't need that guard anymore because I ain't using it on what the machine was built for. I'm using it for what I built it for. I took the wrong one off first. I didn't need to take that one off. This is the one that's too short. This one right here. I might end up cutting all that away. Got plans for that. Let's just cut that hose. Compare dikes. Cut this one right there like that. That's the short one. Get this up here where's I want it. I should have had my welder out here. I could have welded it to the table. Daggone it. Could have welded it right there where I wanted it. I'm not getting all that back out for that. So, with that being said, let's get a new piece of hose long enough. Get her little end out there. Put this one back on so I don't get them confused on which ones go where. Okay. Get that out of there. Let's cut this off. I don't think we need all this, but I'm gonna put it on here, mount it, get it started, and then we'll stretch to the length we need here. I wish this thing wasn't curly cued like that. I'm trying to get it to straighten out a little bit. I'll put some heat on it if I have to. Get it to straighten out. Let me cut that a little straighter. Okay, that's on. This is why I keep so much stuff, guys. I got that air compressor been sitting back there for a couple months. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It was a little air compressor, and I got air hose out the yin yang, so these cheap plastic hoses are junk anyway. Somebody gave it to me to scrap, and I didn't want to scrap it because it still worked, but I needed a hose, and it'll serve me better here than it will on there because I got other hoses I can use for it, just regular air hose. That's tight there. Now let's get this on here where I want it, like so. I guess we can use this C-clamp again, maybe. I could C-clamp it the way I had it. Not too much crap over here. I had it C-clamp kind of like that, I think. But I'm not sure. I done kinked that blue one. Let's twist that on there to where it's coming out the right direction. That's what I was dealing with over there on that other machine. There we go. Let's just C-clamp it right here like this. See if this will work. Might be in the way of my foot, I don't know yet. It's got to be better than the way it was. I was reaching way back there with my leg to trigger this pedal. Yep, that'll work. Now, how did that do that? That should be plenty. Yeah. It's more than enough. Don't kink it. There we go, get it straightened out a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna have to drag this out a little bit so I can get to that back one. This thing ain't moved in a long, long time. I don't even know if I can move it. That should be enough right there. Okay guys, had to go find the right wrench, but we got it, 13. I'm gonna tighten that up when I'm done. Once I get this snugged up here. I could have pulled it out away from the wall and made my life a lot easier, but it wasn't wanting to roll. So, we'll get it this way. Good enough. That's good enough. Okay. There we go. Now, that's nice. It's right here. That's awesome. Yep, that'll work. We need to go both ways. Make sure the hoses ain't gonna blow off. Okay. I think we're good. That'll work, guys. Looky there. Got a spot for that still. Got some extra hose still. Got some air ends there. There we go. More air hose, I'll keep that. I could have used that over there. This is more flimsy than this stuff. Oh well, set it in there. Ouch. What's that for? It looks like it's for a winch. Probably for the winch I got on my trailer. There we go. Okay guys, we're gonna finish cutting off the ends of these motors over here, pulling them. So, yep, here we go. course, guys, the battery dies right when I need it to work the most. You can grab some gloves, but that first one I just did, it worked great. We got a pile of them down there to pull. I fixed the puller, that's good. This video is all over the place. I might have to put this into different videos or whatever, but we're just gonna keep going. Look at that. Tell me that ain't awesome. I mean, that thing works like a champ. Oh, this one's a little tougher. Look at that though. Cutting them right off. Cutting them right off. Ah, I lost it. Well, we should be putting them in that bucket, shouldn't we? Now, well, these taller ones, or longer ones, longer ones, we can just set her right on there. Doesn't matter the size, guys. Does them all. I screwed that one up because I had my blade upside down. That's all right though. It does them. Where are you going? Almost done. That's it. Nope, one more. One more. Yep. This stuff might go flying. Look. Half aluminum, half copper. Half aluminum, half copper. No. Only a third of it's copper. Let's see here. We got aluminum over here. I'm going to melt this down. Jason, one of my subscribers, suggested I melt this aluminum down and use it for aluminum. Okay, so this one, the only ones that are copper is the inner red ones. So when we pull them, we need to remember that. That worked pretty good, guys, I have to say. Now let's see if my puller has enough ump to pull these out full length. I bet it does. Get these all set up here. If this is the case, and I can do this to every motor I get, well, minus the big stuff, because I know the big stuff's gonna pull hard. It pulls hard every time. But these smaller ones, they don't pull very hard, especially the ones that have these plastic pieces in them. That white plastic in them makes them pull real easy. And we got some number 2 here already. I'll go dump that in the box on the trailer. Let's put these over here. Set these up here. Like so. We'll put that bucket over here. Take all my tools and set them over here for now. Get my phone out of the way. Throw it in there. And in there. All right. Get our air hose. I'll tell you what, for a $35, $40, $45 is what I got in this with the air chuck, the chuck, and the, now it's getting stuck in there, kind of locking in position. I may have to do some grinding on that, but for 40 bucks, that thing rocks and rolls. So I can't complain about that. There's some more number 2. There's some wire on it. And cut that all off. what I do with them ends. It don't matter, throw them in there. It's all gonna go in the same box anyways. Those of you new subscribers that has not seen this is my motor puller setup. And I just modified it to make it shorter. If you want to see how it was before, you can go back and watch it in the old videos. But as of right now, I think it's going to work pretty good the way it is. We'll see here. All I need is a second air hose. Go steal this one off of this machine because we're done over here. Okay. And we're set up to pull motors. So here we go. I don't know where we're at. These might be too small, but we'll try it. And it got down there. And it's that easy, guys. This is the hardest part on these little motors, is getting a hold of it without knocking it out of there. That's why I put that block in there and behind it, but these are too small to actually work. The bigger motors, you'll see that it'll work real good. It'll grab the rings like it's supposed to. And I think my press is letting off because I've got the springs maxed out. But we'll get it. There we go. Get it started. Now a few little ones here. That's the white things I was talking about right there. Them things make it pull real easy. You can probably pull these out with a tool as fast or faster than when I'm doing them with this machine, but when I get to the bigger ones, you'll see it makes a big difference. I need to go empty this. Let me just grab another bucket for now. I don't want to have to go all the way out there and empty it and all that crap. Just get another bucket. actually got the pedal on there. It's the way it was, but I wish it was the other way. And we'll just keep stepping up. Let's keep stepping up in diameter here. Open it too far. This might be a tough one here. I could tell. Got a lot of slots, a lot of windings. We will get it out of there. It will come out. We just keep pulling. Just keep pulling. I knew that was going to be a little tougher one. I could tell when I cut it over there. Tell me that ain't awesome, guys. No work, no labor, no stress, no nothing. Just pulls it right out. This might be a tough one. It feels kind of gluey. Yep. See, this is where me welding that block in there. Right there. See how that smashed that down there in between it? And when you look up in here, now it's sitting on there, on that block in there. That block wasn't there before, and it would come down too far around the motors on the smaller stuff, and it wouldn't hold it, and it still ain't. But like these that have a lot of shoulder, this one and this one and that one, it'll grab them real well. You'll see when I get to them. Like that. See, now it's got a hold of it still, and it don't fall over. This one, it might not. I could have cheated it down a little bit further. This is where the air shines. It's really fast, way faster than hydraulics. But there is downsides to that, of course. Kind of explosive sometimes. Go ahead and pull this one. Let's pull this one because it's half aluminum, half steel. These are copper. The red are copper. The brown are aluminum. Like I say, I'm gonna melt them into bars, guys. I don't know if I can get a hold of them with my jaws or not, so I'll get them this way. Pretty easy. We're making copper now. and prepared steel, or whatever your scrapyard calls that. This is gonna be a tough one. One, it has no shoulder, and two, it's got a ton of wire in it, which is good, but it's gonna pull hard. Get that right there. Pulling hard. We'll get it though. Now we got it where we can get a grip on it. Now it won't go anywhere. It might, because it's pulling so hard, but squishing it. See what it's doing back here. Let's see here. Get that little bit out of there. I saw something I didn't think about. Vice is crooked. Ah. That stuff's in there. That's pulling really hard, believe it or not. That thing's in there. Get out of there. Oh, it's because it'll cut a little crooked on the back. Laid it over a little bit. We got a fix for that. We'll get it out. Flat clutch. Let's see if it'll pull this long one. This is a long pole. Look at that. It don't get no prettier. All in one piece. That one's pulling hard. That one pulled kind of hard, but it pulled it. Get some of this plastic off there. Nice chunks. See, when it falls over like that, and then it turns sideways in there, it don't want to pull all out at once. That one locked in. Hell, them are paper. Some of them are plastic, but mostly paper. And we're going in with it. And there it is. There you go, guys. Want to see what it weighs? I don't know, 15 pounds, 18 pounds. Dump them in there. £25.5. 23.5 pounds because the bucket. Okay guys, that's going to be the end of that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, enjoy our wild America.